Today, I want to talk about why I call my business Gifted with ADHD, where the name came from, why it matters to me, and the personal transformation behind it. This name didn't come from branding or strategy. It came from the deepest shift I've ever had in understanding myself and my ADHD. For most of my life, I felt stupid. I thought there was something wrong with me. I told myself I was lazy, unproductive, disorganised, and a failure. I desperately wanted to trust myself, but I'd get to the end of the day and realise I hadn't done the things I said I would do. I'd lost focus, got distracted, or felt scattered, and then I'd beat myself up for it. This led to avoidance, self-soothing behaviours like binge eating or drinking, and relentless negative self-talk. I had a constant chip on my shoulder about being stupid. So what I didn't understand then was that executive functioning challenges are part of ADHD. I was struggling with the simple things without knowing that these were missing foundational skills I'd never been taught. It was like trying to build the roof of a house before building the foundations. So learning this and realising nothing was wrong with me changed everything. Everything shifted the day that I found out that ADHD was even a thing, that it existed in adults. When I heard someone describe their day, the way their mind worked, the things they struggled with, I instantly recognised myself. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I had ADHD. And I remember telling people, guess what? I'm not a failure. I have ADHD. And they looked at me confused because they'd never thought I was a failure. That was my own perception. When I trained as a coach, I had a lot of deep coaching myself. Grief came up. Grief for the way I'd spoken to myself. Grief for believing I was stupid. Grief for treating myself like I was fundamentally flawed. Then one day in a coaching session, my coach asked me, so if you're not stupid, what are you? And the word gifted came to me. It landed so strongly. It wasn't just that I wasn't stupid. I realised I had gifts I'd never recognised. My brain could think on many tangents. I saw the big picture. I connected dots. I felt things deeply. I understood people emotionally. I went into complex detail. I was intuitive, sensitive, creative, analytical. I could think on my feet. I could wing it when other people couldn't. All of that had been overshadowed by the shame I carried about the simple tasks that I found difficult. It was like discovering that underneath all the mud, all the self-criticism, there'd been a diamond. The diamond was always there. It was just covered up. Hello, I am just going to pop in here and let you know about my group coaching program, which is called The Academy. The Academy is an inspiring and supportive space where I coach like-minded ADHDers. We explore everything about living with ADHD, and you will receive personal coaching and support directly from me. I've been through the challenges of ADHD myself, and I love sharing the lessons that I've learned to help make your life easier. So I'd love for you to come and join our amazing ADHD community and learn and grow together. There's a link down below to join, and I hope to see you soon. So once I saw my strengths, truly saw them, my entire view of myself changed. I stopped seeing myself as a failed version of normal. I started seeing myself as different, but incredible. I realised I was worthy simply for being human. And I realised something else. ADHDers genuinely do have a special kind of brain wiring that is powerful, sensitive, intuitive, and extraordinary. And that's when I knew the name of my business. Before I had a website, before I had a business plan, actually, I've never had a business plan, just disclaimer. I knew I needed the name Gifted with ADHD. So I even bought all the domain variations because I was so certain. I just knew that name had to be mine. I didn't want someone else to get it. So I bought all the domain names before I was even ready to have a business. I did have a little bit of a kickback though. Just want to, this was something that I find quite interesting. So I did ask other people at the time, like ADHD mentors, coaching colleagues, what they thought about the name. And I got told that, they thought maybe calling it Gifted with ADHD might negate or invalidate the real challenges that ADHDers face. As if to say, we just say it's gifted, talk about it positively and pretend the challenges aren't there. And that's kind of the kickback that I got. And I did take that into account. I did have to think about it quite seriously because I know the struggles. I know what they are. And I just want to say I hear that, but I don't see it that way. So I'm glad I didn't listen to the naysayers. I thought about the concerns, but I decided to go ahead with the name. And I'm so happy that I did because I'm absolutely not negating the challenges of ADHD. I have ADHD. I've lived those challenges my whole life. I still live them. I know how hard it can be. I'm not saying there aren't challenges. Of course there are. But I believe deeply that every person with ADHD is gifted. And, that's an important word, and we also have challenges we can support. Everything changes. Supporting our brain is different from fixing it. Supporting our challenges with kindness is different from believing something is wrong with us. Strategies, techniques, body doubling, delegating tasks that aren't our strengths, these aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of understanding ourselves and operating from our strengths, our zone of genius. So the energy of believing you're broken keeps you stuck. But the energy of believing you're gifted sets you free. And I wanted my business name to reflect that shift. And the name Gifted with ADHD actually has two meanings. Firstly, ADHDers are gifted, not necessarily in the academic or stereotypical sense. Although that is absolutely true that there are people that are, it's not necessarily. It's in the very real human ways that matter. Divergent thinking, deep sensitivity, intuition, curiosity, emotional intelligence, problem solving, big picture thinking, the ability to wing it, the ability to notice things others don't see, the ability to make connections, to connect the dots. These are gifts. And the second meaning is that ADHD itself is a gift. Not a gift instead of challenges, a gift as well as challenges. When we stop fighting ourselves, the whole world opens up. There was never anything wrong with us. There isn't now. There never will be. We are beautiful, sensitive, brilliant human beings with different wiring. And our difference is something to celebrate. So, my final message to end this episode: embrace your unique gift because it truly is a gift. You were never broken. You were always gifted. Gifted with ADHD. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode and I look forward to seeing you next week.